Welcome to English with Teacher. I'm Teacher. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you're having a great day. So first of all, please like, share, subscribe, and watch the video through to the end. Today we are doing some of the most advanced English. So we will be doing this out of the Bible. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 20 to 40. We're taking a big bite today. Okay? So, we will be doing this, I will be doing this with my wonderful co-host. So, sir, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi teacher, hi everyone. I'm Phat. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Vietnam.
Thank you for joining me today, Phat. So first of all, let's get going here. I want you to read out the verses in front of you, please.
Yes, each of you should remind as you were when God called you. Are you called?
Right.
Called you. Are you a slave? Don't let that worry you. But if you get a chance to be free, take it. And remember, if you were a slave when the Lord called you, you are now free in the Lord. And if you were free when the Lord called you, you are now a slave of Christ, caught by a high price for you. So don't be enslaved by the world, each of you. Dear brothers and sisters, should remind as you were when God first called you. Now regarding
That's it.
Regarding your question about the young women who are not yet married, I do not have a command for the Lord for them, but the Lord in His mercy,
right,
has given me wisdom that can be justed, and I will share it with you. Because of the recent process, I think it is best to remain as you are. If you have a wife, do not seek to end the marriage. If you do not have a wife, do not seek to get married. But if you do get married, it is not a sin. And if a young woman gets married, it is not a sin. However, those who get married at this time will have troubles.
Right.
And I am trying to spare you those problems.
These problems. Oh, sorry, it is those. Oops, my bad. Those problems, yes. It's those problems. Right. Sorry. You were right, I was wrong. My bad.
Nothing. But let me say this, dear brothers and sisters, the time that remains is very short. And from now on,
Whoa. do that again?
So from now on,
Right.
those with wives should not focus only on their marriage. Those who weep,
Weep.
or who rejoice, or who buy things should not be absorbed.
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 It's tricky. Practice that one.
By their weeping, or their joy, or their possessions. Those who use the things of the world should not become attached to them. For this world, as we know, it will soon pass away. I want you to be free from the concepts of this life,
Unmarried.
Man can spend his time doing the Lord's work and thinking how to please Him. But a married man has to think about his earthly responsibilities and how to please his wife. His interests are divided in the same way. A woman who is not longer married or has never been married can be devoted to the Lord and holy in body and in spirit. But a married woman has to think about her earthly responsibilities and how to please her husband. I am saying this for your benefit, not a place restrictions on you.
Right.
I want you to do whatever will help you serve the Lord best without few distractions as possible. But if a man thinks that he is treating his princess.
No, this is a French word actually. Okay, this is, so look at the word while I say it. Fiancé. You know who that is?
Fiancé.
If you're gonna get married to a girl, if you ask a girl, will you marry me, and she says yes, she is your fiancé. You are engaged to be married.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's what a fiancé is.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Improperly, and will inevitably,
Inevitably.
inevitably
Right.
give into his passion. Let him marry her as he wishes. It is not a sin, but if he was decided fi- firmly,
Firmly.
firmly, firmly not to marry, and there is not urgency, and he can control his passion, he does well not to marry. So the person who marries his fiancés, fiancés,
Fiance.
fiancé does well, and the person who doesn't marry does even better.
Nice.
A wife is bound to her husband as long as he lives. If her husband dies, she is free to marry anyone she wishes, but only if he loves the Lord. But in my opinion, it it would be better for her to stay single, and I think I am giving you a counsel from God's Spirit when I say this.
Very good. Very good. That was a big one today. And a lot of tricky words. You did good. Okay, so let's start out. So what does 20 and 21 mean?
I think God give they talent.
God gave them what?
Gọi là they should remind when God called them.
Okay, they should remain as they were when God called them.
And number 21, and don't let that worry and them get a chance to be free. Take it.
Right.
Take it.
But if you're a slave, don't worry about it. But if you get a chance to be free, take it. Okay. Okay, and 22.
Before they are slaves in the world, and when they believe in God, they are slaves of Christ.
Good. That's a good way of putting it. Before you were a slave to the world, now you're a slave to Christ.
Yes.
Very good, yes. So before the world, you followed your own passions and you committed sin. Now you follow Christ, you're a slave to Christ, and you try not to sin. Very good. Okay, let's jump ahead. Because of the present. Okay, let's go to 27.
Because God is risen, then think it is best to remain as them all.
As you are. You still use that. Because as you are the people, not Paul. So as you are. Okay. Now 27.
27. They must they have a wife who seek to end the marriage.
Do not
seek to end the marriage.
Right.
And do not have a wife to not seek to get married.
Right. If you don't have a wife.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't have a wife, don't seek to get married. The thing is, there's two things here. Part of what Paul is saying is coming directly from God. Okay? Another part of what Paul says comes from what he thinks God wants. Okay? At the very beginning of this, it says, I do not have a command for the Lord for them, but the Lord has given me wisdom that can be trusted. So he's speaking from himself, not from God when he says this. Okay? And he makes it quite clear. Now, the problem is, they thought that Christ was coming back right away, like within the next 10 years. So that's why they were saying, if you're single, just stay single, because Christ is coming back soon, it doesn't matter. Right? But that's from himself, that's not from God. So you have to be careful when you're reading Corinthians, because it separates what Paul's belief is, I think this is what God wants me to say, being different from, this is a direct command from God. Okay? But he says it, you just have to pay attention to which one he's saying. Okay. So like I said, that's why he said to stay single if you're single, because they thought that Christ was coming back right away. So they didn't think that it was going to take 2,000 years. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, now let's read 29.
Both say, the time, the time that remains is very short. So those with wives should not focus only on their marriage.
Right. So that's what he's saying. He thinks that the time is going to be short. Right? Now, those with wives shouldn't focus only on their marriage. Okay? They should always put God first. Right?
Yes.
Because if you put God first, God will tell you how to treat your wife. And if a woman puts God first, God will tell her how to treat her husband. Okay? But that's what he's saying there, like I was just talking about, right? He thinks the time is short. So if you're married, don't just focus on your wife, right? Focus on God as well. Things should not be absorbed, same thing. And 31.
31. Who use the things of the world should not become attached to them. Them sing. And now, when them believe in Christ, should we know it will song best and way.
Okay. It's for those who believe in Christ. Right? know it will soon pass away. So what he's saying is, and this is good advice for everyone, don't focus too much on the things of the world because they're temporary. Right? So don't focus too much on material things. Focus on what you can do to leave a better impression. Right? My life is temporary. But if I can teach the Bible to other people and they become Christian, that's permanent. Right? So even though I fade away, there's things that are going to be here longer. So I should focus more on them because my wealth, my life, it's all going to end one day. But the teaching that I leave behind and the inspiration that I give to other people is going to last forever. Right? That's a legacy. And this is what it's talking about. Focus on God. Focus on the things that are going to last. Don't focus on the temporary stuff of life. Right? Those who use the things of the world should not be attached to them. For this world as we know it will soon pass away. So the world might not pass away, but if I pass away, then this world ends for me and I'm on to the next. Okay. Okay, 32. The bottom of the page.
Uh, 22, 32.
Yes.
For one day to be free from the
Wants them.
Them.
Yeah.
For want them to be free for the conscience of this life. And unmarried men can spend his time with the Lord work and thinking please him.
Right. Very good. Very good. And then it goes on to talk about how a married man has to divide his attention between God and his family and how to please his wife.
Same you.
Okay. Actually, I didn't want to do that. Go to 35.
Says this for them benefit.
For their benefit.
What their? What them?
Their.
Their.
Right.
This for their benefit. And will help their serve the Lord best.
I will help them serve the Lord best. Okay, we'll help them serve the Lord best. Okay?
Few distraction as possible.
Right. So all he's saying is, for your benefit to serve the Lord, you should avoid as many distractions as you can. Right? Including a wife and family. I don't know if I wholeheartedly agree with that, but I think it depends on who you marry. I think you should be very cautious of who you marry. Because some women will be helpful and some women will be a distraction. A good woman can help you serve the Lord. Okay, so let's go on to 39.
Husband, a wife,
A wife.
a wife. A wife is how to her husband as long as he lives. If her husband dies, wife is free to marry anyone she wishes, but only if him loves.
He. Only if he loves the Lord.
He loves the Lord.
Right. So basically, if you're married, you're bound for life. So again, I say, be careful who you marry. As someone who once married a very wrong person, it makes a big difference in your life. Trust me. Okay, that was very good. That was a big lesson to study. Keep working on your rephrasing, okay? Run it through a translator if you have to, and get different ways of saying what you're trying to say. Okay? I want you to be able to express yourself more creatively and openly, instead of being stuck to what's here. Okay? So we have to work on that. And I think if you do a translator and then you do a paraphrase, AI will help you do paraphrasing, which is saying the same thing in different words. And so you can see it differently, think about it differently, and learn to express it differently. Okay? Okay. That's our next goal, is to work on. Good job, though. It was a big lesson today, and you did very well with it. Thank you very much. And your reading is getting much better. There was only like 2 or 3 words that you had trouble with in such a big passage. So that was a good. I'm very proud of you for that, sir. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone at home for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned from it. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day.